Hi, you guys. How are you? My name is Kim. Welcome to the Regretful Yarn Addict. Uh, wow. It is miserably hot. And not just here. I know it's not just here. And for those of you who don't know, I do live in the metro St. Louis area. Yeah, we're under a heat advisory. And today, when I'm recording this, is Monday. And you'll see it on Wednesday, but today, on Monday, whew, the air is very still. I was sitting outside earlier, right? Because I smoke and I go outside to smoke. And even when I'm at home, and I was just sitting there, and the breeze was behind me, so it was like blowing on my back and my back of my neck. And all I thought was, this feels like I'm sitting in front of a dryer vent. You know, when they vent outside and you sit in front of them and it's a little warm. This was like a little bit warmer than that even, which feels great in the wintertime, but not so great when it's 94 degrees outside or 99, whatever it is, and heat index is over 100, and what little breeze there is feels like a dryer vent. Yes, I'm complaining about the weather that I can do absolutely nothing about except sit inside an air-conditioned house. Which brings me to this room. Holy camoli. At the old house, right, my vent was on the floor and it was under my desk, and in the summertime when the air was on, I would have to close that vent up when I was in that room, because otherwise I just froze my toes off. Complete opposite here. The vent's up there, right up there, and it feels like there's nothing coming out of it. And I pulled the little chain to open it up or push the chain in, whatever, it doesn't matter. I gotta tear it apart because there's obviously something happening there. Why there's no air coming into this room, or so little it doesn't feel like it. Which is why I've got the ceiling fan on, and I've got that little fan on. And that little fan is pretty good, actually. Whew. 3 minutes in and I'm complaining about the weather and how hot I am. That's why you tuned in, wasn't it? Wish you could have complained about today. That's it, the weather. Oh. Yeah, and I'm going to stay on it. So I had a craft show Saturday. And it was an indoor-outdoor event, right? I signed up like a week before the show. And I wasn't sure until last Tuesday, that I was even going to be in it. So I finally got an email with all the information. And, all right, groovy. So it said, and I had signed up for an outdoor space because I'm stupid. All right, that's the only reason I can come up with for why I did that. So outdoor people were supposed to be there at 6:30 in the morning. This event was from 9 a.m. till 2 p.m. So the email said all outdoor vendors be there by 6:30 so that we could have our spaces assigned prior to the indoor people getting there. I don't know. So they can walk around us, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, we got there about 6:45, and this was over in Swansea, Illinois. About 40 minutes from here. And it was hot. And I got there at 6:45, and we set up. And by 8 o'clock, I was all set up, and I was taking my time setting up, even though it wasn't really unbearably hot yet. And there was a very cool breeze, very refreshing breeze blowing that turned into a bit of a wind gust every once in a while. And so yeah, and all I have is a canopy. I don't have the sides. I don't have any of that. So most of my stuff was in the shade the whole time under the canopy, but not enough where I could have sat under there and been in the shade. So I kept pushing my chair back a little bit from my canopy, and then when someone would come in to look at something, I'd get up and go, and that was fine. And I did okay, not great. It was one of those times where it was like really hot. So people don't want to come out of their houses when it's really hot. I mean, seriously, who does? But it was, a decent turnout for a hot July morning. So I did okay. I made my vendor fee and then a little bit more. And I was okay during the day, and Brian had come with me, but he was out in a car sitting in the air conditioning or sitting in the shade with the windows down and taking naps or whatever he was doing. I don't know, but he was mostly in the car. That was fine because there was only room for one chair in whatever shaded spot I was able to find, and it was mine. So about 1:30, start to tear stuff down, and wow, as soon as I started, it was like I could feel my vision, just everything getting dark and starting to come in, and I was like, oh, this isn't good. This is not good. And feeling lightheaded and sick to my stomach. So I put some stuff away, and then I would sit down. And then I put stuff away, and then I would sit down. And I was trying to drink, keep fluids in me, but my drink was warm. It started out ice cold, but within 10 minutes it was warm. And so that wasn't helping a lot. And Brian was there to help me tear down and put stuff away. So thank God he was, because there was no way I could have drove home. 2 o'clock, we had everything loaded in the car. We were sitting in the car with the air blowing at 67 degrees, full blast. And I was still hot. And like I said, it was 40 minutes to drive home. At the first 30, I was sitting there with my eyes closed because I was near sick. I was like, ugh. So anyway, enough about my complaining. I didn't really get a lot made this week because of the one project that I did. And but I made like 4 or 5 more of those bandanas, and a couple of them I put some little charm on the back, removable, and I didn't sell any of them. People looked at them and thought they were cute, but people look at my stuff all the time. They're like, oh, this is so cute. And it's like, well, thank you. But anyway, So I made some bandanas. But the other thing I made, and he didn't ask me to make it, but he said, and he is Brian. Brian was like, I would like something to put my little stuffed animals in. Because he has stuff, little stuffed toy things from Domino's when he used to be a manager at Domino's back in the 80s and early 90s. And because he wants them in his den, but you know, he doesn't want to set them out anywhere because there isn't really enough room. And I was like, I can make you a net. So I did. And hang on just a second. Yep. This is what I have left. Okay. Just that little bit. I used Red Heart Gemstone, which is 312 yards. I do believe it's discontinued, so it doesn't really matter, but just so you know, it was 312 yards, and this is what I have left. I used a 5.5 milligram hook, and again, not that it matters, but I think this color is beautiful, and it's called Agate, Agate. Is it gonna focus? Anyway, it's Agate, Agate, I think. So I made a net, and if I can find the link that I used for the tutorial I used, I will put it up. But this is it. See how pretty it is? Look at those colors. So you start out with like a chain of 154, I think. And then you go start in like the 5th hook, so you have a chain 4 at one end. And then you go down to 100, make 150 stitches, and then you chain 4 for the other end. And these two hang up, and then you just decrease every single row until you're at the end, and then you just make a chain 4, and these, you hang the 2 wide ends higher than this one. So it'd be like this when you're hanging it. This would be a little higher than this. And anyway, that's that. And that's what I was working on all week. Because even though it sounds super easy, and it is super easy, it still takes time, man. It takes time to get this stuff done. So, yeah, that's all I got. And I appreciate y'all, y'all sitting around here listening to me chit-chat and complain. But you know what? I was looking at my my little planner book, and I knew it'd been a while, but I didn't realize I'd been that long. I haven't bought yarn since April. In fact, I got my little book here. April 14th, I put a video out, Ice Yarn Haul. That's the last yarn I bought. It's like, what? The 14th, May, June, July, it's been 3 months? Well, I mean, come on, let's be honest here, though. In May, I was packing in the middle of the month, packing, and then we were unpacking, and then we were settling in, and you don't want to make it, at least I didn't want to do a yarn order between addresses. I mean, I could have sent it to my P.O. box, but honestly, I've got to change my P.O. box because it's over where I used to live, and it was a mile from my house when I was over there. Now it would be like 7 miles from here to that post office, when there are post offices much closer. So I've got to look into changing it, because it's not that I get anything, but every once in a while I might. And I don't want to drive 7 miles out of my way. Especially, oh my God, I mean, I always knew that area was trafficy, but since moving here, where it's like barely no traffic, it was like, I don't even like going over there anymore. It's like, who does this to themselves? Well, we did for quite a few years. And I don't regret not being there anymore. So, let's see what our advice is for the week. Trust in the universe. And then on the bottom, see the bigger picture. Trust in the universe, see the bigger picture, and believe in your good luck. I mean, could these three be any more? Trust in the universe, see the bigger picture, believe in your good luck. All right, you guys. I don't think that's bad. Manifestation to leave you with. So y'all have a good day, good morning, good evening, whatever, whenever, whatever it is when you're watching. And thank you for watching. Wow, this is a long one, and all I did was bitch. So I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. You guys are great. So anyway, y'all have a good morning, evening, whatever it is. And later, Gators. Peace out.